What's up, guys? Jeremy here. We're on the first job for the day. We rescheduled one because it was actually freezing rain this morning. But the reason we're doing this is because that's my house. This is my neighbor's driveway. Driveway sidewalk, be easy. And then probably gonna do one more. We're gonna pre-treat with the budget build, surface clean with the 10, just because the gas proof pump's not up. I got it plumbed, tested it out. I just got to plumb up the proportioner and everything, and then we're gonna go. So, all right, guys, stay tuned. All right, guys, we just got back to the house from over there. But anyways, I started at 9:30. It's now 11:39, and you're thinking, that little driveway took 2 hours. No, it didn't take 2 hours. I got about probably, let's see, 10 feet. Started off, got about 10 feet of surface cleaning done, and then the 10-gallon just started acting up, acting stupid. Shut off. I think something's going on with the carburetor, fuel, something in there, because it will run when the choke is just a portion of the way out. And then when you push the choke in and you throttle up and you close the ball valve, it's just like it's cutting it. I don't know, something's not right. It's not running right. Thought it was a fuel pump, and so I took everything off, and it still might be the actual fuel pump, but I put a different fuel line on with a different fuel filter, and put a clamp on it. Didn't fix it. So at this moment, I'm a little stumped, and I'm really hating the Predator, but I think it's going to be just fine. I don't know what it is. But anyways, I guess we'll get to it. I'm going to work on it and see if I can figure out what's going on with it, because the other day when I ran it, it worked fine. Is it the unloader? Did something happen inside of it? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. So we'll see. All right, guys. Stay tuned. All right, guys, working on the 670. I told you that I was having some issues with it, and so here's the fuel line that I replaced. Going in, down to here, clamped off. Everything's good on this end. So as you can see, but I got in here, and this comes from the pump up to the carburetor area here, and as you can tell, it looks like it's nearly pinched off. So I'm going to take this off and replace this hose with a better quality hose, and then we're just going to see what we can get from there. Pretty straightforward to take that off. I mean, you got about 6 or 8 bolts to take the top off and the front cover off. So we're going to go ahead and replace this line, may replace this fuel pump. I got another fuel pump, so we'll see. All right, guys, we're back. I think we got it fixed. I ain't 100% sure, to be honest with you. Time will tell, but it's all put back together. So what I did was fix that fuel line I showed you. Got that, I left everything off of it, started up, ran it, and then it started smoking, like white smoke. Started sounding real funny. So, anyways, I sat there and thought about it. So of course I got on Google and was reading through, and I thought I put the correct amount of oil in it that it called for per the manual, because I measured it out. I don't know, maybe from the factory if they put more in it or not, but when I ran it, it was smoking real bad. So after I read that, I drained out every bit of the oil, and when I drained it out, I went and got my measuring cup again, and it calls for 2 quarts, so I put an exact 64 ounces in there. Waited a second, fired it back up. It smoked just for a minute, and then it quit, and then it ran perfect. And I got my gauge out, because I thought maybe something was causing, with the unloader, causing it to pulse and go back and forth. I wasn't real sure. I mean, it's like it's got an hour on it now, so it has nothing. So I ended up getting my pressure gauge out and dialing the unloader back up, and I was able to get it back up to 2,500. So it was set and it was running smooth. So we're going to leave it at 2,500, because during that time I had adjusted it, took all the pressure off of it and everything, and to see if it would work, and nothing really fixed it. And I think the oil was over full, and I think the fuel line was pinched. The next thing I can know is maybe it's in the carburetors. If it does something again, maybe it's a needle valve, float valve, or something like that. But before, you can see this fuel filter before had it up like this. Before, it was just barely in the bottom. So I think that had something to do with it. So anyways, we tested out the surface cleaner on my driveway, just fiddling around with it. It's got two 25 06 tips, 060 tips, whatever. And I'm getting about 2200 psi on that. That works. I'm going to put some 2505 to see if I can get 2500 psi and leave it. But a few little updates on the skid is what I've done. Got my vise mounted here on the end. So I originally thought that I was going to put my proportioner here. That's really not going to work out for me. I just can't get everything mounted on that piece of metal. So now I built this rail from aluminum and put a brace in here. So I'm gonna come out here and mount it here. Still gonna be coming directly from the tanks. I may have to do a front and a back side, but that will allow me some room not to be so tight on everything right here. And another option that I've already screwed this down, but I can unscrew this. But another option I thought about is this is not going to be a permanent fixture. This is temporarily so I can downstream to get a few washes. But I have this bar and I have a full length bar that goes down the side. So what I thought about doing was screwing this bar in, bolting it in all the way up the length. Then coming out off of that, if it'll give me enough room to clear this front and not cover this up. And probably about right here somewhere, stepping out and having my proportioner on the back, and then just my hoses ran over there. That is something that I'm thinking about doing. I just want something to be functional. I don't really want to tie this side of the truck up because I want a toolbox and maybe put a hose reel over here for this, just for this, instead of swapping the what you've been jigs out, whip lines. It's been a long day. I'm cold. I froze. It snowed here this morning, and I say snowed, it sleet, it rained, stuff like that. And so it's supposed to be 30. I'm not sure that I'm going to do any winterizing. I might, but it's only supposed to be 30, so we'll see. We might take our chances. All right, guys, we appreciate it. I got another house wash that I'm probably going to do tomorrow. It's on a plantation style house. It's beautiful. I might take my drone. It's for sale for $2.1 million, so I'm pretty excited to do it. Got a call from a realtor, so we'll see. Let's hope it's warm enough. All right, guys, appreciate it.